Hey, hi, and hello, everyone. Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for our weekly track roundup. My thoughts, my feelings on a bunch of tracks that have dropped over the past week or so. You know what it is, whether I loved them or hated them. They are all linked down below, so you can check them out for yourself. Also linked down below, our continued sponsor, Ridge Wallet. Good people over at the Ridge, still making these amazing, slick, minimalist, sleek, wonderful metal-plated wallets, RFID blocking that fit nicely in your front pocket. Hit up the link down below. Promo code MELON. That's all you got to know. 10% off the order. Also, down there we have our Turntable Lab link. We get kickback from it if you buy some vinyl over there, some turntable stuff. Also our Patreon page too, if you want to get some extra bonus monthly content while supporting us in the process. That would be cool. That would be nice. Our YouTube Shorts page, subscribe to that today as well. That's down there too. All right. Worst tracks of the week. We have a couple. They are as follows. Number one is Bam, this new one from Maroon 5. While I do appreciate Adam and the Boys going in kind of a more organic, stripped back, acoustic direction on this new cut, it's still a pretty awful and annoying song all around. But hey, a bit of a surprise. That's cool. Also, Kodak Black, No Love for a Thug, whose lyrics and vocal performance are so fantastically pitiful, I cannot bear to hear him whining for not even a second on this song. Let's move on. Meh. The tracks that I was not crazy about, but still thought that they were worth shouting out. They are as follows. We have one from Rory over here with Ari Lennox in the mix, as well as James Fauntleroy, My Phone Can Die. Good vocal performance on this. I will say the song, the progression overall is a little one-dimensional, but still, it's kind of a vibe. We have one from Portugal the Man. Amazing that Black Thought and Natalia Lafourcade are both in the mix on this one, but the song and the featured performances are just kind of okay by both of those artists' standards. I guess I was hoping that this one would be a little more fireworks. But next, we also have one from the Osees over here. It's not a bad track. The thing is that it just sounds like a lot like just some J Retard worship. You know, the late great garage punk singer and songwriter. Yeah, it just kind of sounds like one of his songs for whatever reason that it does in terms of the riffs, the vocals. I mean, you know, it's got to be a conscious nod, but you know, a decent one. We could say it's a decent one. Moving on from there, Lana has come through with a release of an older song, kind of a long unreleased track, Say Yes to Heaven, that may or may not be popping off on TikTok right now, and that's kind of why it's you know, seeing some shine on streaming services at the moment. It's a little guitar-based track. It's not too bad. It's stripped back. It's a decent vocal performance as well. You know, not as over the top or as personal or as intense as many of the cuts from her latest full-length LP, but you know, still a cool little Lucy hitting the internet. We also have one here from King Cruel, If Only It Was Warmth. Easily one of the most depressing singles I think he has come out with ever, frankly, in terms of the lyrics and the overall mood of the track. I just find the overall kind of structure of the song to be kind of meandering, just not a whole lot of dynamics. There's not really a point where I think the heart wrench of it is amped up in any sort of way, and it ends in a sort of unceremonious fashion as well. I just wish there was more body to it, I guess I will say. Also, Juice WRLD, Goodbye and Good Riddance, 5th year anniversary. The kind of slightly revamped version of the record is out with a few additional cuts, No Good being one of them, which is not a bad addition to the record, but you know, it's extra Juice WRLD. I think the best of Juice WRLD's work is already out there in the world, but they just like keep releasing more stuff as they find it to, you know, keep like just extending the interest out. And I just wish that the industry would let him rest. I just wish they would let him rest. Moving on from there, we have a new one from JMSN. Cherry Pop is the title of the cut. Really kind of a freaky and out there song for JMSN, honestly, not in that alternative R&B style or, you know, alternative soul or funk vibe that we know him for. It's a very left field on the vocal side, crazy bass line to it as well. I will say over time, it does get a little annoying. I think it overstays its welcome as far as runtime, but interesting stylistic switch up. Interesting to say the least. We also have a new one from H.E.R. over here. The singer-songwriter has hit us with Francesca. And yeah, I think it's like an okay single, while I do think H.E.R's vocals are quite a few cuts above of a lot of singer-songwriters out there, especially like, on the mainstream track as of this moment. I think the kind of overly aggressive, heavily, atmospheric rock instrumentation sounds a little generic, and I think makes him sound more dime a dozen than he actually is as an artist. I just think the instrumental palette could have used some retooling and some flavor, some texture, some spice, some something, honestly. Moving on from there, we have one from her, The Journey, which is a kind of an epic track, but honestly, I feel like we've taken this journey before. The instrumentation, the chords, the way it kind of ramps up, it feels like very, overly dramatic, blockbuster, rom-com, sequel, crown jewel track off the soundtrack type vibe. It's not really hitting for me personally, because it just comes across as so damn predictable. Moving on from there, we also have a new one from King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Gila Monster is the title of the cut. This one sees the band going back to more of a thrash metal style, and while I do welcome that direction, I don't necessarily think this song kind of holds a candle to a lot of cuts off of like Rat's Nest, for example, and I do think it does drag on a little bit toward the end, but still, band is hitting us with some metal cuts again, and interested to see if that's what we are going to hear on this new record. And hey, we finally have a King Gizzard record with a big old scary lizard on the front, so I think that's good. We also have a new one from Bad Bunny over here. Vocals are okay. I think it's really kind of the driving, clubby beat that makes this song as appealing as it is. Production carries. I don't know if there's really too much to add to it outside of that. Where She Goes is the title of it. And we have a new one from Blur. The Narcissist is the title of the track. The new record is on the way. And for the most part, this song kind of sounds like a very underwhelming extra from the Gorillaz Cracker Island record. I'm not really feeling it too much, TBH. It's okay. It's all right. It's pleasant. It's pleasant on the ears. Not too much else to go over. All right, best tracks of the week. We have quite a few of those. They are as follows. What excited me? Here we go. We have a new one from Wise Blood, and off of this kind of new Nat Geo soundtrack. It's a cover of the the kind of vocal jazz standard, When You're Smiling, and it's a beautiful rendition. When You're Smiling, it's a very pretty take on the track. I like it a lot. It's lovely. Wise Blood kills it. We have one over here as well from the band Thantifaxath, the experimental avant black metal outfit. Solar Witch is the name of the cut, and this track is insane. God damn, is it insane. The vocals are nuts, and the way that the dissonant guitars and the speeding up and slowing down drum bits kind of like come together at various points of the track. It's just mind-blowing and absolutely nuts. Definitely check this track out. It is just metal insanity through and through. We have a new one from freaking the only Remi Wolf. Prescription is the title of the track. And yeah, it's got kind of like a throwback, like radio pop soul vibe to it that I think I didn't necessarily think was like, in her wheelhouse, or that she would try to attempt anything like this, even though she has like the pipes for it. But yet she does it, and she pulls it off really well. And it's a great tune overall. Kicks ass. Liking it. It's a passionate performance. We have one from Post Malone over here as well, which we reviewed on the Fantano channel. Mourning is the title. I think Posty has come through with a very sad summer jam on this one. I think the lyrics are okay. I think the tune is there. The production is a little bland, but I think it's one of his stronger singles in a while. We have one over here from the amazing Genesis Owusu album cycle underway. The new song over here is a post-punk bop with some really driving beats, some wild and eccentric vocals. And if I didn't hit you with the title, it is Leaving the Light. We have also a new one from NxWorries. Knowledge and Anderson .Paak are back as a duo. Daydreaming is the title of the song, and this one's got kind of an 80s sheen on it. I believe the music video, from what I heard, is like kind of tied in with Grand Theft Auto, which makes kind of sense because the instrumental does sound like something from the Grand Theft Auto soundtrack in the best way possible, of course. But Anderson kills it. Again, it's got a bit of an 80s throwback vibe to it. I'm liking it a lot. We also have one over here from Knower, the band spearheaded by Genevieve R. Taddy, as well as Lewis Cole. It is jazzy, it is fast, it is tight, it is mind-blowing, it is intricate, it is absolutely, positively insane, and a new album from this outfit is going to be hot, 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 in my opinion. The Abyss is the title of the track. Looking forward to it. We also have this new crossover between Kieran Hebden and William Tyler, Darkness, Darkness. It is a 10-minute multi-phased monster that builds up fantastically, amazingly. Some great guitars and vocals in the mix as well. It is cinematic. It is over the top. It is handily one of the most epic and ambitious singles I've heard in 2023. If you listen to one song this week, make sure it is this one. God damn, it's going to hit. And Kieran Hebden, a.k.a. Fortet, if you're at all into any of the music he has ever released, make sure to listen to this cut. We have one over here from Ghost as well. Shout out to the new kind of covers EP they just dropped. The song I Want to Throw Your Way off of this project is their cover of Iron Maiden's Phantom of the Opera. I think they do a pretty cool true to form take on that. We also have a new single from the upcoming Foo Fighters record, Under You. It's a really awesome, well-written, hard-hitting, catchy piece of alternative rock that is very tasteful and riffy. A good chorus on it, too. I want to shout out the new remix of America Has a Problem with a Kendrick Lamar verse on the front end that I think adds quite a bit of character to the start of the track. Still an awesome song from the new Beyoncé record, Renaissance. And finally, a new cut from ANOHNI, who has come through with this track, kind of pairing their music again to the and the Johnsons. Cool that this is coming back into the fold. This song over here called "It Must Change" is a powerful, amazing, soul-influenced anthem with wonderful vocals, fantastic instrumentation. It's larger than life. It's passionate, and obviously a really cool and huge, political, conscious, sort of bit of commentary going on in the lyrics as well. But yes, ANOHNI sounding amazing and awesome. That I think that we're kind of returning to form a little bit on this new cut over here in a way. And that is the weekly track roundup. Everybody, you're the best. You're the best. Anthony Fantano. Hopefully you got some good recommendations out of this video. Mwah. And I'll see you in the next one. Forever.